On this day 20 years ago, 3,000 lives were lost in the 9/11 terrorist attacks in New York City. And 20 years later, Americans across the nation are coming together to remember and honor all of them. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kit Hanley. Throughout the Wabash Valley, many local communities are paying tribute to the lives lost on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. In our top story tonight, News 10's Portia Williams shares how 9/11 impacted some of our local firemen.
Saturday's 9/11 ceremony brought together on-duty and off-duty fire department personnel and their families. Now, this is all in an effort to honor all of those who lost their lives during the 9/11 terrorist attacks on our country 20 years ago. Captain Tim Schott is just one of many locals impacted by this tragedy. 20 years ago, he went to bring equipment and supplies to fire departments at Ground Zero right after the tragic event. He reflected on what he'll remember most from back then.
The general public, America as a whole, as we were coming into town, how they were all bonded together. There was no race, gender, religion. It was just Americans.
Fire Chief Bill Berry says it's important to hold annual ceremonies like this so the younger generation can learn what happened on that day.
Something we need to teach, and we need to continue teaching. We need to teach in schools. We need to teach our youngsters, exactly what we went through, and obviously we have no idea what those firefighters and those rescue workers went through, but we know it wasn't pretty.
Chief Berry says he will always remember the many men and women who lost their lives that day.
It's the people that came before all of us that's paved the way for every one of us, and those people paved the way as far as sacrificing, what they did that day in New York. And Pennsylvania and the Pentagon.
343 firemen lost their lives on September 11th, 20 years ago. Reporting in the studio, Portia Williams, News 10.